It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. And our coverage tonight at the American Airlines Center, where the Dallas Mavericks will be going up against the Golden State Warriors. A good roll continuing right now for the Warriors. They can't have any complaints about the way they've started the new season. They're 4-1 coming into this sixth game and have looked very, very sharp. And the success of Steve Kerr leading the Warriors, just his first stint as a head coach, Kenny, it couldn't have been a more perfect fit.
Oh, man, he makes it look so easy. He gives hope to other broadcasters, including myself, who's interested in coaching. I mean, you could just feel like you could just walk on and win a national championship or win a NBA championship. You could just win. Perfect attitude to lead the roster.
Well, what is this breaking news? Are you leaving broadcasting to go into coaching?
Without
question. Are you breaking news
mean,
right now?
Steve makes me want to do it.
Are you breaking news right now? Are you gone? Because if you are, we're going to need your microphone and your blazer and your tie.
And your mocap suit.
This just in. Kenny Smith is interested. Breaking news.
That's not just in.
Okay.
Anyway, Ernie, you talk about Steve Kerr, a real coach, and a real broadcaster, I might add. He knows what to say to keep guys motivated. He doesn't get enough credit for handling all those crazy personalities on this team.
Yeah. They got crazy personalities?
Hey. Yeah, I ain't going to say no names, Draymond.
I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you, man.
Give me Steve's job, and he can take mine. We can switch for 1 year.
Because of it's very hard to reach over here and give you a real big hug.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're going to miss you.
I'm going to miss you, too.
We're going to miss you,
Ernie's going to miss you, not me.
Yeah.
I'll invite you to the games, Jack.
I don't need your tickets.
The Mavericks look to take charge at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, and we're going to bring it to you live. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Well, I think the key was the determination and grit and toughness they played with. You got to be focused to do that, and they were.
And it's the Mavericks to start out. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Warriors. The talented forward pair of Durant and Green at the 3 and the 4. The tremendous pair of Curry and Clay in the backcourt. And it's Cousins in its center.
And though some were skeptical of the contract Harrison Barnes signed, he's lived up to it. Not an elite player yet, but is emerging on a franchise caliber level and continues to improve and is strong and consistent really on both ends of the floor.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. Off the inbound, and Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Green.
Gotta love the smooth shooting stroke of Thompson. Outstanding at shooting as soon as he catches the ball.
And Greg, with Barnes, beyond what he does on the floor, he does everything right off the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this organization just loves his intangibles and demeanor as a leader. Incredible work ethic that allows him to keep refining his game. Still very young and is growing into the player this team hoped he'd be.
So it's the Warriors now. The Mavericks making the shot. Out to Thompson. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
And that layup is usually going in, especially when the defense is as lazy as that.
Barnes trying to free himself up.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, Cousins is a legitimate shot blocking threat, using that reach to deter shots.
5 on the clock. Barnes uses the glass to finish the layup. Barnes has got his first 2 points. Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Durant. Over Barnes. And Durant gets it to go.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Smith against Curry. Smith kicks to Barnes. Connects from three-point range. Barnes has got 5.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's Curry. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And Curry certainly is clever and crafty. Trickery is part of his arsenal when he gets inside. I mean, I like seeing him do his thing close to the basket.
Now here is Smith. 17 points in his last outing. Back to Barnes. Pass to Powell. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Oh, that's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
Now, here's Doncic. 20 points for him last game against Utah.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Curry following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. And Thompson kicks to Green. Down low. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And, you know, Cousins is a wrecking ball inside, guys. Effective at using his size to draw the contact close to the rim. He's a hard guy to defend.
And of course, we know about DeMarcus Cousins last season and the torn Achilles. I'm just glad to see him back out on the floor and fully recovered. He's put in a lot of work in terms of rehab to make sure that he could get back to doing what he does best.
And the first one drops. And with Cousins and that injury, never an easy one to come back from.
Yeah, it's true. But fortunately, Cousins has the kind of skill set that he's going to be effective no matter when he's on the floor. And great outside shot, the footwork, very smooth in terms of ball handling for that position. And most of the players who aren't the same after an Achilles tear don't have the same skill set that Cousins possesses. That's why I think he'll be fine once he recovers from this injury.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And DeAndre Jordan this last offseason opting out of his contract with the LA Clippers. He felt, Greg, obviously it was time to move on.
It didn't take long for Jordan to find a new home here in Dallas. Had almost signed with them last time he was a free agent. Closed the deal this time around. Still has a lot to offer and a really good fit for this team inside.
Free throw good, Jordan.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
And so Jordan nails both of them. And DeAndre Jordan, the all-time leader in career field goal percentage, Greg, by a sizable margin.
Yeah, the most prolific dunker in the league, maybe in league history.
Now here's Durant. He had 28 points in the win against the Rockets in Houston.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
Doncic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Curry. A 14-point game for him in the win against Houston.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night. And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Smith against Curry. Smith the pass to Doncic. Over Thompson. Stolen by Thompson. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to avoid fouling Durant, but the problem is he hits nearly 90% of his free throws for his career.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Dallas.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And Clark, with the full bulk of the NBA season still ahead of us, what can players do to prepare themselves physically and mentally for this long season?
I think you've got to try to find ways and mechanisms to stay fresh. Obviously, you've got to do your work in the gym and in the weight room, but also in your rest and recovery. I think you just got to be diligent and consistent, and then find pockets where you can get away and refresh your mind and your body. Right. Because you can't come out of the gate like it's the postseason. There's a pace and rhythm to the regular season that you have to learn how to manage.
Now here's Powell. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. A 3 from Barnes. Another 3 for Dallas.
You know, Barnes is a good shooter from deep, Kevin. I mean, when he's in rhythm, he's dangerous from out there.
Smith against Curry. Now the pass to Cousins. Back to Curry. Thompson for 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got 5.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. Goes up off the inbound.
And this is why Green is a defensive player of the year candidate every year. Just his activity on that side of the ball.
Here's Cousins. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Lobs it up for Jordan. And Durant sends it back. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Curry, good. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Greg, you look at the lineup for the reigning champs. When healthy, this team starts 5 all-star players at every position.
And even with Boogie coming back from a devastating injury, this team is scary. People immediately called it the best team ever assembled. Credit the front office, but the Warriors players still have to prove they are the best ever on the floor this season.
And stolen by Barnes. Fast break, Dallas. Uncovered. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
And while they swept the season series against them last year, making it pretty clear how much separation exists between the two teams.
Yeah, Greg, I mean, one is a playoff team. The other, question mark, ... not so much. But things change, and you're only as good as your last win, so we'll see how they handle things tonight.
A different look for Dallas. Matthews comes in for Doncic. And Barea subbed in for Dennis Smith. The Warriors also with a sub. Iguodala's checked in. Now here's Barea. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Durant in the corner. That 3 off the mark.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Mavericks trail by 5. Now it's ended down to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Rick Carlisle.
Well, Kevin, he said they'll try to take advantage of their athleticism and explosiveness. They'll try to drive the lane and finish. In fact, he told me that's what the fans come to see, and that's one of our strengths. So, no question, we want to get to the rack as often as possible. No surprises tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Dallas calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Some changes for Golden State. Urebko comes in for Green, and Cook subbed in for Steph Curry. And Jordan sends it back.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Durant against Barnes. Iguodala kicks to Cook. With some arc, and it's good on the layup.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Pass to Barnes. Trying to get something going. He lays it in. Barnes has got 10.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. 7-point differential. Iguodala outside. Inside. And stolen by Barnes. Matthews finds Jordan. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
Cook looking it over. Here's Iguodala. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Iguodala's got his first points in this one.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Nowitzki. Over Cook. And it's Nowitzki missing. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Urebko, the basket good off the assist from Durant. And now it's a 9-point Warrior lead.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Matthews with it, defended by Urebko. Matthews passes to Nowitzki. Over Urevko, and the basket by Nowitzki.
Tell you what, Nowitzki really, he can fill it up from anywhere. You got to admire his scoring ability, including his mid-range game.
Durant kicks to Cousins. Inside, and it's Iguodala with the jam.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Here is Barea following the score by Golden State. Barnes outside. Five on the clock, launches it, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. A minute 20 left here in the opening quarter.
And guys, Cousins blindsided fans and players alike by going to Golden State this past offseason. Cousins knew he'd have to take a prove-it type deal when he entered free agency after that Achilles tear. The deal with the Warriors was put together and finalized fast, and kudos to the Warriors front office for striking when the iron was hot.
Nobody near Barnes. Drains the three-pointer. Barnes has got 13.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Barnes against Durant. Out left to the wing. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. A different look for Dallas. Measury, he's checked in for Jordan. And Harris subbed in for Harrison Barnes. Then for the Warriors, Bell is checked in for Cousins. And it's Livingston in for Kevin Durant. Warriors leading by 8. Wasted no time on that one.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
And so it's Dallas with it, following the score by Golden State.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
And that's going to be a travel. Good if it goes. Got it! Got it! What a shot!
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and about the Warriors roster, the envy of every team in the league.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we could play big, we could play small, we can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like who we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
You know, Greg, KD has a lot of help with his team.
And that's why he signed with the Warriors. But even with all their talent, you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
J.J. Barea is out there with Devin Harris. Then there's Measury. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Matthews in at the small forward position. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul. Mavericks trail by 12. Now Barea. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Fires from deep. Another three for Dallas.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
So it's the Warriors now after the Mavericks pick up 3. Here's Cook. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
And, you know, the defense knew how to play at that time, liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul.
And so it's Livingston bringing it up now for the Golden State Warriors. Kicks to Jerebko. Here's Iguodala. Mejri with the rebound.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
That free throw, no good.
And you look at J.J. Barea and how he's played over the years. Has always been a spark plug for a team off the bench. It just plays with energy and creativity no matter the situation.
Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for Wesley Matthews. Good on the second free throw. And with Barea and what he brings to the table, Greg, he also takes care of the ball.
A lot of guards who are bench threats can get a little sloppy or careless with the ball. And Barea has been upping his assists and cutting his turnovers the last few seasons, still finding ways to be effective even after a decade in the league.
6 to shoot. The shot's good from Jerebko. Jerebko's got 6.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here is Cook, guarded by Barea. Cook, the pass to Bell. Powell with the steal. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barea. Dennis Smith, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And the Warriors also making a change. Thompson, he's checked in for Quinn Cook. Warriors leading by 8. Livingston looking for the opening. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Thompson from long range drills the three-pointer. He's got 8.
And this is what Thompson is known for, a dead-eye perimeter shooter with impeccable form.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Yeah, Klay Thompson, such a perfect fit on the Warriors. A versatile defender, can score playing off the ball, and just plays the game the right way.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Jerebko. And Curry subbed in for Andre Iguodala. Harris outside. Poke loose. Mejri finds Harris. Back to Mejri. And Thompson sends it back. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. Clock at 4. They double him with Green. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And is there any doubt Klay Thompson could go to another team and average 30 points a game as the main offensive weapon?
Yeah, but, you know, he's not an attention seeker, and that's just not his personality. He knows it's more fun to play for a winner.
Now here's Curry. 8 points for him. The feed to Smith. And the layup's good off the glass. Smith's got his first bucket of the night.
I like how Smith goes right at the defense. Actually, I love his attack mentality. He's not shy about shooting it inside.
Here's Curry. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. And Bell kicks to Green. Bell with it. Powell on him. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Even when the defense is on him, Bell takes them on. A relentless player who goes up strong inside.
The shot's good from Smith.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Now here's Curry. Tight defense on him. He kicks it to Bell. Outside, Green. Lets it go from deep. Mejri with the rebound. Mejri's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Smith outside. Fires the 3. Green with the rebound. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And that's another example of just how tough Curry is to defend. On him like glue, and it makes no difference.
Now, here is Smith. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. From 13, and another basket for Golden State.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Mejri. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Mejri's got his first points of the game.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Powell with the steal. Smith kicks to Doncic. To the wing on the left. Pass to Powell. Back to Mejri. Over Bell. Mejri misses. Warriors leading by 13. Curry deciding where to go with it. He's looking for Bell and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Kevin Durant's checked in for Golden State. Golden State on D. Here's Doncic. The shot comes out. Good D by Thompson. Golden State's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Clark, there was a rules change not too long ago that promoted more help defense, less one-on-one defense. Good or bad?
I like it. Again, there's always going to be a premium on defending one-on-one, but positioning defenders where you can help better and more, I think it's trying to make sure the offensive side doesn't get too much of an advantage where the rules had gone in the past. So I think it's a nice balancing act for the game.
Now here's Mejri. Now here's Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Goes back up. And the basket good by Mejri. Mejri's got 4 this quarter.
Got to D him up better than that. I mean, when he's got a smaller guy on him inside, that's dinner. Barbecue chicken.
That sounds good. I love that. Bell. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Mejri's got 6 rebounds now in the game. No one near Smith as he lets it go. He drains the quick shot. Smith's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Warriors leading by 11. Curry kicks to Green. Back to Curry. The three. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Curry. And it's 7 points for Kevin Durant.
And that stroke of Durant, effortless. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
Now, here is Smith. He has 6. That one falls. Smith's got 8 points.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Durant kicks to Curry. Passes it to Thompson. Yep, that one goes. He's got 12.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Doncic passes to Mejri. Barnes against Durant. In the corner, Smith with it. 4 on the clock. It's stolen by Bell. The three. Another 3 for Golden State.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Now, here's Doncic. He's covered by Thompson. Doncic kicks to Smith. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Smith's got 11 points in the quarter. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Well, Dennis Smith Jr., one of the scariest players to see coming at you down the lane, Clark. He can just wreck the rim.
Oh, big time, Kevin. Not only does he finish hard, he does so violently and with some anger attached to it. The kind of dunks where you're worried if defenders are going to get hurt trying to challenge him. This guy's explosive. No surprise he was in the dunk contest last season, and I don't think that's going to be his first invite.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Mejri. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. Wesley Matthews checked in for Doncic. And Barea subbed in for Smith. Now here's Green. Cousins, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Such a wide open look. Matthews has got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Now here's Curry. Durant for 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Here is Barea. 6 points for him. And good that time. Matthews has got 5 now.
Hey, give Matthews credit, Kevin. I mean, he has an ability to get his shot up over the defense quickly.
Barea against Curry. Now the pass to Iguodala. 55 seconds left now here in the second. Curry's shot is good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Barea. Pass to Barnes. Kicks it to Nowitzki. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Stephen Curry. You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer.
Gentlemen,
and it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And Dirk's, he's one of a kind.
And he makes the first.
And there's no doubt about it, fellas. Nowitzki has firmly cemented himself as an NBA legend. A sweet shooting big man who continues to get it done.
Both free throws good from Nowitzki.
You think of all the iconic players and the shots or moves associated with them. Hard to top Dirk and his one-legged fadeaway. I mean, it's one of the most unorthodox and most effective shots. And the fact that he's a 7-footer and does it that way, unique.
Durant, no good.
Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
And Matthews kicks to Barea. Pass to Nowitzki. With the tip. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got 8.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Warriors lead by 10. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Draymond. Of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Please, a hand at home for them. Clapping for yourselves.
Oh.
Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 block. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Well, one thing about Kevin Durant, you know what you're going to get from him in most nights. But in the first half, you saw the full capacity of what he could provide. Great skills, great production, but also great leadership. Durantula!
Kenny, how do you think Dallas played?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Cars crossing back and forth over the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge as we welcome you back to Dallas. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson and Durant, the deadly shooting wing pair. Down low, it's Green and Cousins. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. And Green slams it in.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to. And Draymond Green, an extremely vocal leader. He's in his teammates' ears, always trying to keep them on edge, also in his opponent's ears as well. And then there's the officials. He tends to like to get in their ears as well.
1 shot.
That's good from Green. And Draymond Green, Greg, has been among the league leader in technicals. If you're one of his teammates or his coach, do you try to get him to dial it back?
You know, his greatest strength can probably also be his greatest weakness. That fire and motivation, really second to none. But I'd be careful not to hamper that enthusiasm.
And, you know, by all accounts, last season was a fine debut for Dennis Smith Jr. I mean, he handled starting point guard duties from day one and was given room to learn on the job. Wasn't always easy, but this kid has talent and showed moments where you get an idea of how special he might be.
Free throw drops for Smith. And for Smith last season, the goal was mostly to improve his game along with the teams.
Yep, exactly. And Dallas knew they wouldn't be competing for a lot and let Smith Jr. find himself, play through mistakes, learn on the fly. He improved his reads off pick and rolls and also showed improved vision as the season wore on. Guys at the point have to see the whole court at all times. One area, though, he's got to improve in is his defense and awareness on that end of the floor, because the athleticism is there. If the awareness improves, this guy could be a demon on D.
And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And when he keeps his emotions in check, Green is a fantastic leader on the court. He can run a little hot, but there's no doubting his drive, his willingness to do whatever it takes to win.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. In the NBA, Clark, great offense sometimes overcomes great defense. The fadeaway jumper, an example of one of the more unstoppable shots players make.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you think of guys like Dirk Nowitzki, LeBron James. Dirk's was so unorthodox, and at his size, just impossible to get to his shot when he stepped away from you. And LeBron has mastered it with his athleticism and strength. I mean, he'll fade away and fade 8-10 feet away from you and still get that shot off. So those two guys, I mean, if you're talking about major fadeaways currently in the last decade, I don't think you could find anybody that would top them.
Now here's Doncic. He's tightly guarded. Smith kicks to Doncic. Back to Smith. Just 5 on the clock to stop the run. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
2 shots, gentlemen.
You know, management for the Dallas Mavericks came right out and said they did not want to enter a rebuild phase. You know, sometimes we don't get exactly what we want, and 2 subpar years in a row certainly changed things for the Mavs.
The first one falls. A veteran-laden team for the Mavs last year, Clark. Guys with some big contracts.
Yeah, when you're bumping up against that cap, it makes it really hard to start over. You have to really draft well, which I think they did last season. Dennis Smith Jr. became a really valuable asset.
Smith hits them both.
Boy, the speed and shooting Smith possesses is dangerous. I mean, a speedy point guard who continues to get better.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. Now, here is Smith. Jordan dishes to Powell. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for the Mavericks.
And the bigs are getting their lion's share of the rebound. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do, but they've got bigger issues right now and other holes to fill if they're going to stage a comeback.
Here's Golden State now. They're on a 13-5 run here. It's Durant on the wing, covered by Barnes. Curry finds Cousins. Golden State moving it around. And Thompson gets it to go.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Mavericks trail by 21. Dallas calls timeout. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He can't miss from deep. The defense has to regroup here, and I think they've got to change things up because he's locked in from behind the arc.
Jerebko's checked in for the Warriors.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Stephen Curry. Averaging 23 points per game, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent. And, you know, 1 for 4, not a good start. I mean, they got to play with a little more energy this half.
Thompson right side. Dishes to Durant. Feeds it to Cousins. And the shot goes down. Cousins has got 5 points in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Doncic. He's covered by Thompson. Doncic kicks to Powell. Wants to get it to Barnes and does. He dishes it to Jordan. Smith against Curry. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
Barnes against Durant. They could use a bucket. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 7 rebounds in the game. Thompson for the triple. Mavericks with the rebound.
And, you know, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to a championship back in 2011. But his off-the-court talents are also very impressive.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Measury, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And Harris subbed in for Dennis Smith. Now Barnes. After the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. Harris, right side, to the paint. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Hey, you know, Kevin, there's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
And talking about Carlisle's outside interests, one I know of, he's an excellent pianist.
And you know what? He is. And he's played with a well-known musician or two in concert. Also an avid pilot. This guy is a renaissance man.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Curry against Harris. Passes it to Measury. He kicks it to Doncic. Jordan, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Curry passes to Cousins. The pass to Durant. Measury with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
Curry against Harris. Puts it up from 15. Curry can't get it to go. Dallas has gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Luka Doncic, not the top pick in the draft this past June, but one of the more exciting names out of this rookie class.
Dallas made a point to trade up and draft him. Doncic not playing in the Summer League as he has had a hefty workload in Europe before the draft. Still came away with Euro MVP honors, and at his age, that is incredible.
No good on that one.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Measury. Matthews comes in for Harrison Barnes. And Barea subbed in for Harris. And he's good on the second. You know, Greg, it's amazing that Doncic, at his age, could already have such a complete offensive game.
I mean, a terrific skill set. In Europe, Doncic spent plenty of time as a primary ball handler. Obviously, can score in a number of ways, just a versatile threat.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
And KD opting out of his deal, Greg, over the summer to re-sign with the Warriors.
And he did so to get a larger deal than he could have otherwise. Durant had already sacrificed money for the team before. Not a surprise to see him get closer to his value. It seems the super team will be intact for years to come.
Here's Barea. The Warriors making the shot. The dish to Doncic. It's stolen by Livingston. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. No good from Durant. Got a piece of it. Dallas has gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. And here's the fast break. Cook leading the way. And then Cousins with the dunk.
You got to love the intensity. Cousins going right for the throat and just jamming that one home.
Here's Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Pass to Livingston. Kicks to Durant. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You've just got to marvel at his greatness.
Now here's Barea. He has 6. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. And it's Cook with the ball for Golden State. Pass to Jerebko. Passes it to Cousins. And stolen by Jordan. Now the feed to Doncic. That's tipped. Outside for Durant. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And that's now 21 points for Kevin Durant.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Barea with it. Poked away. Stolen by Durant. And here we go with Cook heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Cook's got 4 this quarter.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now here's Barea. To the paint. Here's Nowitzki. Lays it up and banks it in.
Love how Nowitzki goes right up with it when he's this deep. I mean, not giving the defense any time to react.
And here's Golden State. They're on a 14-6 run. Cook kicks to Jerebko. Up top, Cousins. Guarded by Jordan. Durant feeling it out a bit. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Cousins has got 11 points here in just the second half. And here's Barea. He's got 6. Matthews into the lane. Now here's Doncic. He's covered by Livingston. From deep, Barea. That's tipped. The Warriors shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. Livingston finds Cousins. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists now in this one. For Dallas, they've gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Outside Jordan. The pass to Doncic. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Doncic.
You know, for the Mavericks, protecting the rim has been an issue. Bottom of the league in block shots 3 years in a row now.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. He doesn't get the second one. And talking about the Mavericks defense, they also had trouble stopping dribble penetration.
Well, not really athletic as a group, which was part of the problem in that area of the game, but extremely smart as a group. They knew what offenses were trying to do to stop them. And I think some of that is not just the IQ of the players, but the acumen of the coaching staff. Very sharp and shrewd in game plan design.
First one falls for him. Dennis Smith, he's checked in for Doncic. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Sean Livingston, one of the most unique players in the league, Greg.
6'7" point guard who excels hitting turnaround jumpers in the post. A bouncy finisher around the rim, a versatile defender, and really a cagey playmaker. No one else like him in our league.
Now here's Barea. He's got 6 to shoot. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Here's Golden State. Here is Cook. He's got 9. Over in the corner, Livingston. From the arc. Mavericks with the rebound. Jordan's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And there's the foul. It's on Quinn Cook. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Mavericks have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Now, here's Cousins. He's got 15. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Cook, the pass to Iguodala. And the Warriors miss again.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Barea kicks to Powell. Smith scanning the floor. 13 feet away. No good there. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Warriors on top, running away with it. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, it's all about who's more physical, and you got to meet them early in defensive possession.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've got J.J. Barea, also Devin Harris out there, and it's Kleba in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Barea, no good. Here's Golden State now to the inside. And Harris wide open. He shoots. His first attempt of the game finds the target. Harris has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Mavs. Here is Cook, guarded by Barea. Livingston kicks to Bell. Lets it go from the wing. He can't get that one to fall. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Harris outside. Teams of the past would often pound the offensive glass, Clark. I think of the '84 Celtics, but now teams are running only one, maybe two guys to the offensive boards.
I think a big part of it is transition defense is so important that teams now don't send as many people to the offensive glass. But the flip side of that is if you get offensive rebounds, you get opportunities to score and you can thwart transition chances. So I tilt towards trying to get to the offensive glass as long as you've got a couple of guys that are really good at it.
And so here is Dallas following the score by Golden State. Barea looking over the floor, out left to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Fires from 14, and Jones pulls it down. The Warriors shooting the ball with incredible accuracy, 68% so far. And here we go, fast break. Barea's got it. Harris outside. They get it back. Finney-Smith off target at the rim.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force. They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Measury, he's checked in for Dallas. And Golden State also making a change. McKinney's checked in.
One shot.
Free throw good, Livingston. You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and periods, but really good championship teams typically could handle most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
One shot.
One shot.
And that one misses.
They're not doing themselves any favors with their free throw shooting this half.
Jones finds Livingston. Down low, here's McKinney. And the Warriors miss again.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Here's Mejri. Kleba, the pass to Finney-Smith. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Mejri. Reverses. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one. Now here's Livingston. He's guarded closely. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change, Clark.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you, that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball. He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Now Harris takes a 3, drops in the tray. Harris has got 5 points in the quarter.
Tell you what, it does not matter who's shooting. The defense has got to be better at getting a hand up on long-range shooters. You've got to challenge the shot.
Now here is Bell. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Finney-Smith. No good that time. Iguodala right side. Pass to McKinney. Iguodala kicks to McKinney. Back to Iguodala. Shot clock at 6. Passes to McKinney. Misses off the right iron. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Harris looking it over. The pass to Kleba. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Now, you know, how do you guard that, Kevin? A big guy with a nice touch from outside. I mean, that's really hard to match up against.
Now here's Livingston. Pass to McKinney. He kicks it to Iguodala. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Mejri's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Harris passes to Kleba, and that one drops for him.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Iguodala outside. You look at rebounding now, Clark. Teams relying less on one guy and more on collective team rebounding, especially, it seems, on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you think about it, Kevin, with the space and pace game, positionless basketball, if you will, or versatile basketball that takes place, more guys are spread out and away from the goal. Bigger guys are not always camped in the lane, so everybody's got to rebound the ball, more so today than in past decades, because, again, the three-point shots are coming at a rapid rate. Longer rebounds are available now, so everybody's got to be attuned to rebounding the ball.
Your Repco's checked in for Damian Jones. Pass to Finney-Smith. Harris outside. 5 to shoot. Pass to Mejri. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Mejri's got 4 this quarter.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Down low, Mejri with the steal.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
The first free throw is good.
Kevin Harris is a long-time NBA guy, once a very speedy starting point guard. Now he's mostly a reserve and provides scoring and leadership, and those kind of guys bring great value to the roster.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And Harris drops them both. And Harris, now with 15 years of experience in the NBA, he's been able to adjust Clark his game to remain really competitive.
Yeah, you know what? That's not always easy when your game was predicated on great speed, which is what Harris used to have. He's extremely smart, though, and very good decision maker. And he never will be a 20-point per game scorer anymore, but he's still got a spot on the roster because of his experience and his savvy.
And here is Harris, following the 3 from Kevin Durant.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
On the wing, Thompson. He feeds it to Durant. And stolen by Barnes. To the middle. And the rejection by Cousins.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket from long range.
And here is Harris after the 3-pointer from Klay Thompson. Here's Barnes. Nowitzki kicks to Barnes. Dallas again missing. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Golden State Warriors. Baseline J on the way. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
The pass to Doncic. Clark, when you were playing to complement your inside game, you had that wonderful mid-range jumper, but more and more players are going away from it.
I think it's all driven by analytics, Kevin. I mean, everything is about the three-point shot, efficiency of your possessions, go for 3 when you can or get it to the rim. And that makes sense from a mathematical standpoint. From a game standpoint, though, if a quality shot is a mid-range shot for a good shooter, I think you should take them all the time. I mean, that would just be my posture. So I differ with the analytics. I understand what they say. But if I was coaching, guys get a good mid-range jumper from a quality shooter, we're shooting it every time.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Boy, the size and quick release Barnes has helps him inside. I mean, he feels very comfortable shooting from here.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Shoots over Doncic. Thompson misses. Dallas has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Harris outside. At the elbow, Doncic shoots over Curry. That's good from Doncic on the assist from Harris. Harris has got assist number 8 here in this one already. Durant finds Green. Back to Durant. Just 5 to shoot. At the elbow, Green. That shot off the mark. And it's Dallas the other way. For 3, Harris drains it from beyond the arc.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Warriors have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. Nowitzki against Green. Now here's Cousins. D right on him. Doncic with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Barnes has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kevin Durant.
And I thought the defense really looked lost out there, helpless. He had an answer for whatever they threw his way.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner. But unfortunately, the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, going to be rather flat.
And here is Barnes after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots. And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Barnes looking around. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Doncic, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much with Kevin Durant. Kate, a slow start for you offensively, but you were able to stay aggressive. How do you keep that mentality as a great scorer?
Well, you got to keep shooting, no matter what happens. So it's easy to, play well throughout the game when you're making shots, but when you're missing, you got to get your mind right, and that's what I tried to do, is just stay aggressive.
And it sure showed out there. Thank you very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.